What's up? It's Cyclonus, and I'm here once again with some gaming related news. First, let me start this off by saying that Sony's 2016 E3 press conference was a fail from the get-go, and it was very bland and was nowhere near the level of Microsoft's E3. From the jump, Robert House and company looked nervous as they took the stage, and my God, that orchestra was not necessary, and the crowd was not wowed by this conference. I mean, did you hear the silence in the crowd? They were not impressed at all. I'm serious when I say this. This was by far one of the worst Sony E3s I have ever seen. I mean, it was horrible. I had to constantly fight with myself just to keep on watching it. Robert House and company looked already beaten and defeated by the mighty Microsoft juggernaut. If I had my TV muted, I would have thought it was an hour of the same game. Then there was a Spider-Man demo. No diversity at all. No hardware. Shameful holding back of info. Microsoft killed it with 2 hardware announcements and a diverse lineup of games. Sony's E3 2016 was a fail. A conference with lackluster games. But how many games had release dates? That's just horrible. And most games were multi-plats from Sony. Some Sony exclusives were okay to me, but not enough. Microsoft had more exclusives to their platforms and hardware. So to say who won E3 2016 is easy as 1, 2, 3. It was Microsoft. But PlayStation fanboys and ponies will say, well, almost everything from the PlayStation conference is on Amazon for pre-order. Okay, and I say this to them. Uncharted 4 was up for pre-order in 2014. So your point is, pre-orders are totally different from these game developers keeping their word on these releases for these games, especially for games that are still in development. Like almost 95% of the games Sony showed at their E3 2016 press conference. God of War did not impress me. I'm just sorry. Days Gone was a ripoff of Dead Rising. Hold on, is it me? But aren't Sony exclusive games all looking the same? Everything is starting to look like The Last of Us, but with a different coat of paint. Same mechanics, same dialogue, the same feel, and almost the same look. What is Sony's ICE team doing? These guys are not putting any effort into these games. The Last Guardian. Oh my God. Sony has been showing this trailer for the last 5 years. Which is a ripoff of the motion picture, The Never Ending Story. And I hope Sony faces a lawsuit behind this. Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh my God. Am I tired of seeing this game? I'm not interested at all. The graphics were okay, but this is clearly another rip-off fluke by Sony and copying off the classic hit Turok, but just in a third-person view with mechanical dinosaurs. Detroit Become Human, I was not impressed. And just like the scam artist, desperate company that Sony is, they promoted Resident Evil 7 like a PlayStation 4 exclusive. But this game is a multi-platform game that will also be available on the Xbox One. And then there were Skylanders, Imaginators, which extremely did not impress me. Maybe some folks' cup of tea, but not mine. I knew Sony was running out of steam when they showed Lego Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I mean, really? You gotta be kidding me. Look, there's nothing wrong with the Lego games, but at E3, no way. And this is also a multi-plat game. The PlayStation VR showcase was trash. I was not impressed. I mean, some of the games they showed on it looked like PlayStation 3 games. I'm being honest. And then a desperate attempt by Sony, which I knew they would take since they knew they would be outclassed by Microsoft. Sony brings out Hideo Kojima, who I thought might talk about a new Metal Gear title or something else. But my, was I wrong. But instead, he presented one of the worst things I have ever seen at any gaming conference. Death Stranding. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? Who would want to play a game like that? I could not believe what I saw. A naked dude with his ass out, holding a little baby that turned into black blood. And in certain scenes, it looked like Sony wanted to show this guy's genitals. This had no place at an E3 conference. That's an outrage and an embarrassment for Sony and anyone that supports this garbage. What were they thinking? I go on to say this. The PlayStation E3 2016 press conference sucked, and it was a fail by a very sad and pathetic company that is very desperate. And the PlayStation crowd was not into this event. Microsoft crushed PlayStation owners' dreams. From the Xbox Microsoft press conference that was held earlier. But as a whole, the PlayStation's E3 2016 was a terrible showing and a failed attempt by Sony. See, the thing is, all the PlayStation fans and ponies, plus the people that attended, didn't care about games, VR, or nothing else. They were looking for answers to the Xbox codename Scorpio, and they didn't get it. Sony was beaten before their conference began, and the PlayStation 4 console itself was not relevant. No news, no updates, no innovation, and damn sure no advancement. Sony's E3 2016 was a big disappointment to me. Even when it was over and the audience was exiting, they had the look of disappointment and letdown on their faces because Microsoft's E3 2016 conference took the thunder right from Sony's event. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. This is yet another win for Microsoft and Xbox. I'm Cyclonus, and my opinion counts.